Please welcome to the stage, Mike Zakarian.
Good morning. What's up, everybody? Welcome back. Happy Monday. We get the Highlighter Big Face Coffee sweatshirt on this morning. It's good to be back, all right? It's good to be back because we had just like 1,000 basketball games this weekend. We got playoff football coming. We got a little bit of everything happening. We got our first snowfall in what felt like 2 years here in New York City. None of it stuck, but it was, honestly, it's like what I want. It looked beautiful coming down, and then it was gone immediately, which I know is what you wanted. You wanted my weather updates first thing in the morning. But we're back, baby. We're back. It's Monday, so yeah, we did get a haircut on Friday as well. Yep, you can still see the grays. Look at that gray, just like lines of it coming in. Who do we got here in the chat, though? Who cares about this? Sneeps is here. Yes, happy National Bubble Bath Day. Go Pack Go. What a combo that is. Jared, this show is the winner. Absolutely, Jared. Tough weekend for the Thunder. We got happy birthday to Trey Jones and Keon Ellis. There you go. Wet like on books in the buzzer beater streets already. Yeah, we had to do our first run before the official rankings come out. We did a handful of drafts this morning. Matic Otto's here. Stubbs. Doovie. We got a Doovie sighting. Let's go. Bottomine's here. Homies is here. Taper Heavy. What is that? Taper Heavy? Roy's here. Good amount of snow in Massachusetts. There we go. Oh, we're talking about the snow. I got you. All right, this is what we're going to do today. Let's do some business first. Let's get some business out of the way. We've got the NBA bit here this morning, and then this afternoon at 5:30 p.m. Eastern, we've got a new game week on So Rare NBA, game week 22. So Live Before Lock is going to be back. We'll be joined with our boy TST, maybe some George too. And then also on the So Rare channel, if you haven't checked it out yet, we dropped Value Hunting early yesterday morning. We got after it this morning. We also, Chicks Dig, Salt and Pepper. There we go. We love that. Garen says, first day back from break, and I have no idea how to do my job. I understand that. Wow, the paywall is back. Wait, is it back? Do you see can you see the paywall already? I think we're waiting to see if I got approved after being banned from monetization for my edgy takes. But the paywall should be back hopefully sometime this week. Anyways, we're gonna dive into the hoops. We've got a lot of games to get into, but before we do that, I thought it was interesting. Woj, we got a Woj bomb. Woj bomb just said Bob Myers going to the Washington Commanders. So the Commanders did some stuff over the weekend, like losing some games. They fired Ron Rivera, and then they brought Bob Myers in. And to tie that in, and for those that don't know, Bob Myers, the GM, the orchestrator of the Golden State Warriors on their run. And there's something very funny about this. I know it's not connected, but there's something very funny that Bob Myers looked around, right, while he's with Golden State, and he's like, you know what? Send me back to the Washington Commanders instead. Send me to the Commanders instead of with basketball. Send me to the Commanders. Also, I'm getting messages left and right. It seems like membership's back, baby. We're going to check this in real time to see if it got turned on. A membership has started back up. Let me see if I got an email from YouTube, because this would be fun live. Yes, we're back. We've been accepted into the partner program. Look at us, baby. Look at us. Look at us. Yeah, Doobie says, what does the NFL come to when they're looking for the NBA to help? I just think, like, I can't tell you what's funnier. Is it that the Washington Commanders were like, you know what, dude, give me the NBA guy, or that the Warriors guy was like, fuck this, give me the Commanders. Jared said they didn't really bring him in. He's helping him find the next one in charge. I saw that, but then I saw another report on it that was like Woj's report wasn't 100% accurate. Either way, it's very funny. Could you guys see the AirPods slowly slipping out of my ears there? I thought that was a fun way to start, especially because the Warriors suck right now. The Warriors are in tough shape right now. Yeah, Carolina fired everyone. I'm waiting to see what the Patriots do. I think the Patriots are actually gonna just stay with Billy Belichick, but we'll see. We'll see what ends up happening. All right, should we get into? Look at guys. I can't believe this happened while we were live. This was such a pain in the ass for so long. Now that we've got monetization back, this really was so annoying. But we're back, baby. We're back. We righted our wrongs. We asked for forgiveness. Come on. There we go. Takes my $2. The problem is I didn't get a chance to up it. Merkemia said the real move is to bring in Elon. Oh, Jesus. Yeah, I don't know if that's the real move. You can change the team name to X and take it to the stratosphere. Yeah, put Sam Howell in one of your SpaceX ships and send it to the moon. Wow, Matic Auto just gifting out memberships. There you go. If you're new, get yourself a membo. All right, let's dive into something. Let's get into it here. Let's get into some of the basketball. Let's go. We have too many games. And one thing that we need to note here, baby, Boston Celtics. We're going to start with the Celtics on Friday. They played the Utah Jazz at home and they won 126-97. And you know what? They still have yet to lose at home, undefeated at home. They take on the Pacers tonight at home to keep the streak alive. Listen, we had Kevin here, airplane mode. I'm wondering, did you guys all get an email and you'd be like, you know what? I should check in with the NBA bit, see what's going on. See what's going on now that we're back. We need a Dort report. You know what? We will do a Dort report just in honor of monetization being back. Let's go. Yeah, we love it. We love to see it. Also, I'm seeing that the pattern of the sun is changing now. So we gotta adjust the blinds. All right. So Celtics get that win, 126-97. Nothing really to report. Porzingis played. Al Horford sat. So Porzingis dropped a little 19-5 on you. Jason Tatum at 39-5. Lauri Markkanen at 17-6-6. Celtics get a W. I don't think there's anything else to say about this. They played the Pacers the next night on a back-to-back, which we'll get to. The only thing I'll shout is that Porzingis got hurt. He's questionable for tonight. Had a little eye scratch because the Pacers are a dirty basketball team. You hear that, John Dub? All right, we've got Pacers and Hawks. Speaking of that dirty, dirty team, Pacers beat Atlanta 150-116. I was so excited for Pacers Hawks because I was like, "Ooh, baby, this was such a close game that was a shootout last time. We're gonna stack it in fantasy." And then the Pacers won by almost 40, 150-116. DeJounte Murray had 30. Bogdan had 16 and 4. Hallie's kind of in a weird spot right now. We're fantasy wise, he's still kind of putting up some stuff, but I don't know, 10 points, 18 dimes, 8 boards, whatever. Miles Turner at 27, Bruce Brown at 17, Benedict Mathurin at 18. Cool. All right, it has been a tough weekend. Oh, Kevin said, didn't get an email, just could see that shirt from all the way out in their Midwest, like the beam. Come on, this is Big Face Coffee, bro. Big Face Coffee. This is Jimmy Butler season, all right? I'm on my Jimmy Butler energy. Much like Jimmy Butler charging $28 for coffee, I'm charging $2.99 for a membership. Or I think it's $1.99. I'm not sure. All right, we had Nets beat Oklahoma City. Oklahoma City, I feel like after beating the Celtics, losing games to Atlanta and now Brooklyn. And I got to tell you, Brooklyn is a bad team. They're not fun to watch. We're going to talk about both of their games this weekend, but it's just weird energy from that squad. But for the second game in a row, OKC just does not show up in the first half, then comes storming back, but just didn't have enough time. SGA in the loss had 34, 9 and 6. Big Chetty Holmgren at 17 and 6. Claxton at 23, 13 and 3. Spencer 23-4. Bridges had 17-8. Cam had 19 off the bench. But man, I like the Brooklyn Nets are just a tough watch. There's nothing exciting about them. They played Portland in their second game, which we'll get into, and Bridges had a better game in that. But there's just the vibes feel weird there. And that's just how bad the Eastern Conference is, that Brooklyn's like still firmly in it. You know, they just like the East sucks, man. The Brooklyn was in the East, they'd be down there with the Blazers. But yeah, whatever. Who cares? Knicks beat the Sixers. Oh, I'm sorry. Let's do Cavs Wiz first. Cavs beat the Wizards 114-90. Tyus had 16-5. Donovan had 26-4. Nothing else to say there, except for Jordan Poole is like one of the worst players in the league right now. It's like Jordan Poole and Isaiah Livers, the two worst players in the league. But this is the game I wanted to talk about. Knicks beat the Sixers. I mean, beat the hell out of the Sixers, 128-92. No Tobias Harris, I don't think, in this game. But Joel Embiid, who he's been on this 30-point and 10-rebound run for, it's like an insane run. I forget what the exact number of games is so far. But this is, what's weird is when the Sixers are winning and you know, he's getting 30 and 10. Everyone's like, wow, what an impressive streak. Can you believe that Embiid is out there every single night in limited minutes because they've been blowing teams out, is getting 30 points and 10 boards, consecutive game. Wow, so impressive. The reigning MVP is bringing it again this season. Then in a blowout, they're losing. They're losing pretty bad to the Knicks throughout most of the games, like 10 to 15 point run, right? Joel Embiid's still out there chasing that 30 and 10, even though it's probably going to be a loss. And then he gets hurt, dings up his knee in this game, still gets his 30 and 10. And now the narrative is like, dude, what do we do? This is a stat chaser, a stat padder. These aren't real stats. What is he doing out there? So like, you just can't win. I don't think I have a strong take on it either way, except for like we're assholes. All of us are bad people. That's my takeaway. So Embiid gets hurt in this game. He does drop 30 and 10. So thankfully the streak is alive, but he missed the next game. Maxey had 27-9, Hart 17-6, Grimes 19-8, Brunsanity had 29. I feel like I forgot what Julius Randle did. I think I wrote over it. I know Randle had a big game. Wasn't it like 30 something plus? You know what? Whatever. Let's just give a regular season Randle drop because he deserves it. He earns it.
A regular season Randall.
Anyways, good win for the Knicks, man. Knicks, since OG Anunoby has just been on fire. Just been out there on fire. Bing bong. You know what I'm saying? All right, Bulls beat the Hornets 104-91. Nothing really to take away from this game except for Vucci Main and Zach LaVine are back. They both came off the bench. They play Charlotte again tonight, and they're both listed as probable. This wasn't a back-to-back situation. This game was on Friday. I assume they're both going to play. I actually assume Vooch and LaVine probably move back into the starting lineup. I'd be surprised if they don't. What are the perks, says Roy? Oh, yeah, you're getting that sweet, sweet membership. So I'm going to start doing I don't know if you're in the NBA Top Shot streets, but they've got a little fantasy game over there called Fast Break, and we're going to put some stuff behind the paywall over there. You get some sick emojis like that one that you just did. Look, Doobie's a sub now too. Let's go. But we'll have once a week, we'll have a show behind the paywall. Yeah. Okay. Andre says RJ Barrett finally freed. Yeah. We're going to talk about RJ had himself a night. But yeah, the Bulls, in honor of Trey Kirby, are officially back. So that's fun. Minnesota beat the pants off of Houston. Weird weekend for both of these teams. But Minnesota wins 122-95. Karl Anthony Towns had 22-8. Ant-Man had 24-5. You had Rudy had 13-12. Nothing really to say about the Rockets. The one thing, the Rockets are now giving up more points with no Dylan Brooks. Who would have thought? Who would have thought that's what happened? But good win for Minnesota. Then the Clippers beat the hell out of the Pelicans. Paul George had 24-7. Kawhi 19-9. Zion only had 12 points. And nobody from the Pels did anything because this game was over like in the first half. Zion ended up sitting the second game on yesterday's game. So something to pay attention to. Mavs beat the Blazers 139-103. Shout out the Mavericks, right? They played the Blazers on Wednesday, I think. And Luka's Kawhi and Luka, Kyrie and Luka both played. They blow out the Blazers on Friday. Luka doesn't play, so Kyrie blows out the Blazers. Kyrie had 24-9-5. Also, we had a Jaden Hardy sighting. He had 19-9-9. One positive note for the Blazers: they did get a win in their second game this weekend. But Scoot Henderson kind of rounded into form here after a very slow start. Then he gets hurt. Now he's just little bit more consistent, had 17 and 10 in that game. Jeremy Grant at 18, whatever. Magic, how about Orlando Magic? The knock on the Orlando Magic were that they couldn't beat real teams. And then on Friday, they beat the Denver Nuggets 122-120. Sans Franz Wagner. There was no Franz in that game. And Paolo has had himself since Franz has gone down, Paolo has had to do everything. And I keep an eye out. My guess is Franz comes back from injury. Paolo gets a night off because he's been doing a lot. 30-point triple-double in this game. 32, 10, and 11. Jalen Suggs. Also, how about some Suggs, man? Suggs, who everybody had kind of just slept on, right? Scotty Barnes was taking over him, and everybody's like, whoa, what's everybody doing? Now, Scotty Barnes has been great, but everybody thought Suggs was going to be that pick. Then Suggs gets off to a really bad start. Then he just gets hit with the injury bug, and now he's turned into one of, like, the best defensive guards in the league. He shut down Trae Young. He's just, like, really slowed people down. And now the offensive game picking up a little bit. Franz took the night off, so Mo Wagner had a double-double. He had 19 and 11. Cole Anthony returned. He had 23 and 4. On the Nuggets side of things, Jokic 29, 8 and 4. MPJ with 22. Jamal Murray 29 and 7. Mark says, hey, with 8 guys out, yeah. Also, Mark, wasn't it you that got? Was it you on Twitter? Did you get first in the limited champion or contender? I don't remember which one it was. On So Rare? Yeah. Bottom line saying I was down on Suggs last season. He proved me wrong. Yeah, Suggs looks great, man. I still think the Magic are like a piece short, but they're way ahead of schedule. Yeah, there you go. Congrats, Mark. Good dub, man. All right. Suns beat the Heat 113-97. Weird weekend for the Suns as well. Bam had 28 and 10. Jimmy Butler's still not playing. He's already been ruled out for tonight, too. Kevin Love, though. Kevin Love, 29 and 7 off the bench. Nikola Jovic let us down for you So Rare freaks. Beal had 25, 9 and 8. Grayson Allen dropped 31. And then Booker with a 20, 10, and a 5 spot. Good win for Phoenix. They split their weekend games. Warriors, okay, dude, Golden State, what is going on, man? Golden State barely beats Detroit at home, 113-109. CP3 gets hurt. And it was reported yesterday, I believe he's having surgery on his wrist. Is it his wrist? He's going to be out 6 weeks. Should be back right in time to get traded. I imagine Chris Paul has played his last game with Golden State. I mean, unless nobody wants him, but it's like a salary dump at this point, right? I imagine Chris Paul is on a different team. I don't think he plays another game with Golden State. It seems like it's done. And Golden State, like in this game, man, Cade dropped 30 on him. Durant had a double-double, 13 and 12. Curry had 26, 6 and 4. Clay had 19 and 4. Sarge had 17. Kuminga, the night before, right, in that massive loss to the Denver Nuggets, Kuminga plays really well in the first half, and then he doesn't come back in the second half, basically. I think he plays 20 minutes or something like that because they kept Wiggins in there. And then the next day he leaks, or somebody on his team leaks to Shams being like, hey, I don't trust Steve Kerr anymore. And then he immediately, the next day was listed with like a probable tag for a toe. And I think he's questionable for his next game too. Or maybe that was last night. And then he plays 36 minutes the next day. Listen, let's just do the second Golden State game right now, too. So they win this game. And then last night, the Toronto Raptors, I want to look it up. They were beating Golden State at halftime. What was the score here? It was a lot to a little. It was an absolute just clusterfuck of the Golden State Warriors here. Sorry, I'm trying to vamp while I pull up the box score. The Raptors at halftime were up 76 to 49, just smoking them. Now, the Warriors came out in the third quarter and beat them by 13, but then lost the fourth quarter. They lose 133-118. Steph looked broken, man. Steph went 0 for 9 from 3, 2 for 14 from the field in 30 minutes. He was minus 17, and the only person worse than Steph in the plus minus, which I know is a flawed stat, Andrew Wiggins, minus 29. And no Chris Paul, just something to note. They went back to Trace Jackson Davis starting. So the starting five was Steph, Clay, Wiggins, Trace Jackson Davis, and Kuminga. But off the bench, Podziemski played 29 minutes. Moses Moody played 22 minutes. So if you're trying to find like a cheap play there, that might be the guy. But man, they might be in trouble. Golden State might be in a world of hurt right now, because it's not just like when Golden State has struggled in the past during the last 5 to 6 years, right, when they get a little slow, they still have this swagger about them, right? Like they can go out there and beat anybody in any given game. And for the way, the body language of what was happening in last night's game, they are at home. They are at home down 30 plus to a Toronto team that I know traded for Emmanuel quickly, but are just straight up saying hey, Siakam's not going to be on our team in a couple of weeks, right? They're not trying to win a lot of games right now. And yet they're a little bit better than what they were a couple weeks ago, but you can't be losing by 30 to any team, let alone the Toronto Raptors. And I don't know what they do. Murakami says what happened to Wiggins just last year. He's looking resurgent. I mean, Wiggins was the second most important player on their team in their finals run not too long ago. Then he misses 4 months last year for still something that's yet to be really reported on. And now this season, I mean, he's been career worst. This is literally the worst basketball Andrew Wiggins has played in his entire life. And how old do you guys think Andrew Wiggins is? How old? Put it in the chat. How old do you think Andrew Wiggins is? All right, we got 27, 69, 26, 29, 45. Or he's 28. He's 28. A lot of 29s, a lot of 29s, a lot of 29s. He's 28. He's 28 years old. He'll turn 29 in February. So I guess everybody was really close and they know exactly how old he is. But he's playing like he's 38. And not like a LeBron 38. He's playing like he's 38. It's just a very weird situation here. Now you have Draymond, who is now back with a team, and I think they said it was sorry. This is a funny joke. Kevin said 29 or 31 in Canada. That's a good one. Good one, Kevin. So I don't know. Draymond is supposed to be back. He's with the team. He should be back in a week or less than a week now, and actually in basketball form. I don't know what they're going to do. Do you move Wiggins? Do you move CP3? I mean, a legit Kuminga has been their third, if not their second best player this season. And yet he obviously blood is bad because maybe now we got bad blood with Kuminga and Steve Kerr. And honestly, the rest of the team, right? Shout out. I think I was listening to, not Zach Lowe, Nate Duncan. I was listening to a Nate Duncan podcast this week, and he referred back to this offseason, Andrew Wiggins, Draymond Green on one of his media platforms was saying how hard it was for him to connect with some of the younger people because of how long he's been in the league, how the Tom Brady syndrome, I guess, right? It's I could be their dads. And then reference Kuminga specifically. So shout out Draymond Green, just continuing to isolate teammates, but I totally forgot about that. So anyways, Kuminga being their third best player, do they move off of guys like Kuminga, Moody, throw in CP3's contract to try to get somebody like a Siakam, or which I don't think Siakam fixes anything, but somebody that is going to help them win now? But the thing is, I don't think there's a trade out there that helps them win now. I just don't think they're that good. I know you have Steph Curry who can still play MVP style basketball, but this doesn't feel like a team that's one piece away. What piece can they add that all of a sudden you're yeah, I guess they could take on Denver? I mean, I don't even think there's a piece they could add that could get them to the conference finals. And maybe that's too reactionary. That's too in the moment. But when you look at the standings right now of where the Warriors are at, dude, they are 17 and 19. They are 2 games under 500, 36 games into the season. It's not like a small sample size. We're almost at the All-Star break. And they're only a half game out of the play-in. Congrats. You're right. You're a half game behind another team under 500, the Los Angeles Lakers. But they are out of the top 6. They're 4.5 games out of the top 6, and then 5.5 out of the top 4. I just don't see a world in which they the argument you could make is maybe they could take OKC in a first round matchup because OKC, it's their first time in a real playoff situation, or the Kings because the Kings basketball doesn't translate into the postseason, or Dallas because you're maybe Kyrie does something weird. But I mean, I legit, of the teams in front of them, I would take the Lakers over them. The Suns are weird. We'll talk about the Suns. The Rockets, sure, maybe they could beat the Rockets. But honestly, I'd take the Pels, the Mavericks, the Kings, the Clippers, the Thunder, the Nuggets, the Wolves. I just don't know what they do. I don't know what move is out there. Yeah, this is what I agree. They're one superstar away from the second round. I totally agree. I totally agree. Yeah, there we go. Dewey says maybe trade for LeBron. Honestly, what they should, they're not going to do this. Let me just say this right now. They could grab Siakam, Vooch, and Caruso. I don't think they can make 3 trades, though. I mean, or I guess that's 2 trades. I don't think they have the. I think they can get one. They could either get Siakam or maybe Vooch and Caruso. But you're saying that if they just get 3 new starters of the starting 5, then they'd compete. I mean, that's true for almost any team. Plus 250, Kyrie does something weird. Yeah, agreed. Maybe trade for LeBron. Yeah. So anyways, I don't know what Golden State does. I don't love, excuse me, I don't love the situation they're in right now. And the energy feels pretty bad there too. And I think that's what part of it. That's part of it. All right, sorry. I skipped around because I wanted to talk about the Warriors. Excuse me. The Memphis Grizzlies beat the Los Angeles Lakers on Friday. Hold on. Let me do a drop real quick. Let's do Luka Magic.
Luka Magic.
There you go. All right, Stan, maybe you're right. Lakers traded half of their team and made the Western Conference Finals. I don't think it's the same. I don't think that, because the difference is the Lakers have 2 guys, the Warriors had 1 guy, or the Lakers had 2 guys. Warriors are like, they had LeBron and AD to build around. They needed like peripheral pieces. But anyways, all right. Man, I cannot clear my throat. Grizzlies beat the Lakers on Friday, 127-113. Triple J is back, baby. 31-9. Smart had a game. He had 29-5. Ja Morant had 21-7. Desmond Bane, 24-13-5. And then, again, LeBron and AD have been playing awesome basketball, and they just keep losing. LeBron had 32-7-5. Also had 5 steals, and AD had 31-6. But the funniest thing that happened was after the game. I don't know if you guys saw this, and I totally understand both sides of what happened, but I'm sure you saw this clip going around. The LeBron in his post-game, not even press conference, he was in the locker room, was answering some questions, and he looked furious. He looked very pissed off, and then he was like, so an international reporter, I'm assuming from Spain, was like, LeBron, one more question, and then was like, what were your thoughts on Ricky Rubio's career and him retiring from the league? And LeBron, was just so like just frustrated at the question, being like, he's like, listen, I apologize for my tone. My tone is gonna end. Ricky, I love you. Like, Ricky's a great player, but like, I just got my ass kicked. Why are you asking me about that? And I totally get it. Like, maybe that reporter only gets media credentials for like X amount of games that he's covering Spain. This is a big deal that Rubio's not playing basketball anymore. And LeBron is just kind of like, man, why are you going to put me in this situation? Why are you going to put me in this situation? Ja couldn't hit threes. Yeah, Ja couldn't hit threes. Shiggins, sorry, going back to he said they have Clay, Dre, CP3, Kuminga, some Youngs to trade. You can make a bunch of trades, whether that adds up to anything or not. Who knows? Yeah, I don't know. Anyways, it was funny. Lakers lose again. We had Kings and Raptors, 135-130. Scotty Barnes dropped 20-6. Siakam at 18-9. IQ 28-5. Sabonis 24-15 and 11. Little trip. Fox had 24-2 and Keegan with 18-12. This was a weird game too. A lot of fouls down the stretch. A lot of tic-tac stuff. Sabonis fouled out. Siakam fouled out. Everybody was fouling out. It was pretty frustrating. Duvie was saying after watching Wemby play like he did versus Giannis the other night, I'd move mountains to him to build around if that's even possible. That kid just damn. Yeah, I mean, we talked about that on Friday. That game was insane. Wemby had we'll talk about his game yesterday too against the Cavs. We had another good game. Yeah, hey, listen, the IQ stuff looks good. I mean, you're getting the good with the bad with Emmanuel quickly, but it looks good. Barnes is awesome. I think, I mean, I know Toronto's in this weird spot, right, where they're not really going to compete right now. And so we're like, maybe they don't want to pay Siakam a max deal. And so it makes sense to trade him and get some pieces for him. But man, this team's way more fun to watch now than it was like 3 or 4 weeks ago. If they just had a little bit more shooting, I think they'd be like a legit dangerous team. Again, not like championship level dangerous, but like, top 6 in the East for sure. I don't think that's what they'll do. I don't think they'll actually make any moves, but there was like a competitive game against Sacramento and they were on the road. It was fun. It was a fun one. All right, Saturday. Only 4 games on Saturday. So the Celtics beat the Pacers 118-101. This game, like Hallie had 17, 7, and 6. This is a weird game. This is the one Porzingis scratch in the eye left 6 minutes into the game. Tatum, again, dude, Tatum has been on a heater. I know no one likes to give Tatum any love because they're like, do it in the playoffs, even though that they've gone to a championship in the Western Conference Finals. Like, want to compare that to fucking Embiid. But Tatum's last 5 games here, he dropped, let's see, so it was 38-13, 39-5, 30, 13-8, 25-6, 31-10-5. Like Tatum has been on one the last couple of games. And the Celtics, just keep firing away. 8-2 in their last 10. They now have a 3.5 game lead over Milwaukee. Just really good stuff from Boston. And now they got a couple of tough games coming up though. So they play the Pacers at home tonight. Right? Oh no, I'm sorry. They're at Indiana. I thought they were at Boston tonight. So this is like 2 games in a row in Indiana. So they get the Pacers again. I kind of think the Pacers, especially if Porzingis sits, I could see the Pacers winning this game. It's hard to lose 2 games at home, but then they're at home again. So this is a tough week. So tonight they've got the Pacers. Wednesday, the Timberwolves at home to keep that streak alive. Thursday on TNT, they are at Milwaukee, then home against Houston, at Toronto, home against San Antonio, home against Denver. So couple of tough games coming up, but Celtics continue to move along. Shout out the All-American Rejects. Did you think you were going to get an All-American Reject shout out this morning? It's Monday, and I'm locked in. All right. Utah. No. Knicks beat the Wizards 121-105. This was another Randall drop. 2 Randall drops, 1 show.
Regular season Randall.
Roy said on Tatum, said he feels like he's where PG-13 is. He's doing what he's supposed to do and not much more. I mean, I guess comparing him to Paul George feels wrong, but I think I see what you're saying. Like Tatum's a better player than Paul George, but you're just saying he's meeting expectations every game. So he's not really going to kill you. He's not really going to do anything wild. Like you're not going to see these crazy 45-point triple-double games like you get from Luka. Anyways, Randall at 39-7-5, Brunson 33-8. Though, you know what? Let's give a little shout out here. Denny Avdia. He's playing really well lately. 23-10-6. I want to shout out our friend Wayne Spoony, who does the First to the Floor podcast, which is a Celtics-based podcast. But he continues to just say, get Denny on a good team. And I agree with that. Let's get Denny on a good team. Get Denny out. Because I think he could. I don't think he's starting on a good team, but I think he's like, he can be like a better Sam Hauser, There we go. Swing. There we go. That was good. All right. Utah beat the Sixers 120-109. So this is what I was talking about with Embiid, right? So Embiid gets scratched, I don't know, maybe an hour before the game, or he gets like a late Q tag, like an hour before the game, and then doesn't go to shoot around, doesn't play. Utah just smokes him, and Lauri Markkanen took it to him. And I did write it down. He had 33 and 13. Colin Sexton had 20 and 10. Maxey 25 and 9. Oubre 24. Sexton 18, 6 and 5. Utah's kind of frisky, man. Utah now is the only a half game behind the Warriors and a full game behind the Lakers for a play-in. Who knows what Danny Ainge is going to do? Who knows what he's going to do? So I like the idea that he's like, oh, you think I'm going to trade anybody? How about an 8 seed, baby? Good win for Utah. Utah plays Milwaukee tonight. Milwaukee's without Dame and somebody else, I think. So that should be a high-scoring one, I imagine. All right, we're on to Sunday, baby. We're on to Sunday. Cavs Spurs. This was an early game that probably nobody knew was happening. And the Cavs won 117-115. Wemby, again, just was like awesome in limited minutes, man. I know Pop is never going to play. I know I went off on this the other day, and I think I understand the minutes limit. Okay, I get it. But in 25 minutes, he dropped 24 and 10, had 5 blocks and a steal. I mean, he's just awesome. He's plus 17 in a 2-point loss, Maybe he should play more. I don't know. But good game from Wemby. Jared Allen was Nikola Jokic in that game, where 29 and 16. You got 23 from LeVert. Mitchell, 17 and 9. Devin Vassell had like 16 points in the first quarter and then 6 points the rest of the way. That was kind of frustrating. He finished with 22. Cleveland gets a win. I don't know what Cleveland's going to do, man. They feel like a weird team. I don't know. I feel like we're going to get a couple more spicy trades before the trade deadline, though. Excited to see. Blazers, we talked about the Nets, right? How they won one, lost one this weekend. Beat the Thunder and lose to Portland. That's Brooklyn in a nutshell. This game went to overtime, 134-127. DeAndre Ayton, no timetable to return. He's still out. So I think, is his name Dwap Reith? Reith had a double-double, 15 and 13, playing some big for him. But it was Simon's season. Simon's had 38 and 11. Grant had 27. Bridges 42 and 4. Cam Johnson 17. I don't know. Oh, yeah, that's right. Paris is what? Paris is on Thursday, right? We get a Paris game on Thursday. It was Cleveland. Brooklyn's over there too, right? Cleveland and Brooklyn. because I know the So Rare ambassadors, Donovan Mitchell and Mikal Bridges. There's nothing. I thought for sure we were going to get like a special game week with the So Rare because of Paris, but apparently niche. So I don't know. Maybe they'll drop a little announcement on us. All right, Pels beat the Kangs 133-100. This was just, again, man, what's going on with Sacktown? CJ dropped 30 and 7. My name is Jonas Valanciunas, 15 and 12. No Zion in this game. Sabonis, the only person to talk about. He had 17, 10, and 6. Fox had like 4 points. I don't know what the hell was going on. Chewy said, I'm the worst captain ever. TSK taking TSK to an embarrassing loss. Yeah, that was a tough one, man. Tough win for the Kings. I mean, tough loss for the Kings. Magic, 2 dubs this weekend. They beat the Hawks 117-110. Again, Paolo, 35 and 10. Caleb Houston, 25 and 4. Mo Vogs, 15 and 7. Trey had 31 and 9. DeJounte, 24 and 6. Jalen Johnson, 12 and 11. He fouled out Bogdan with 18. This game went to overtime too. Good win for Orlando, man. They just keep trucking. We're gonna get through the rest of these games, then we'll kind of poke around at the standings. But this was a fun game. This was a good back and forth game. Lots of a game of runs, if you will. Mavs beat the Wolves 115-108, but this was like a 3-point game down the stretch. Ant had 36 and 10, Cat 24 and 7. Rudy collected 17 boards, but Kyrie 35, 8 and 5, Luka 34, 8 and 6, and Derrick Jones Jr. with his second double-double of his career. Both of them coming in Dallas. He had 12 and 10. Let's get a little Luka drop.
Luka magic.
There we go. Good win for Dallas, man. That's like a real win too, you know. We've seen them win a couple of, like, it seems like they beat the bad teams and then have been losing some tough ones to good teams, and that's a good win for them. So shout out Dallas, baby. Nuggets beat the Pistons last night, 131-114. Jalen Duren with 25 and 4. Cade Cunningham left this game in the second quarter. I don't know. He didn't return. I don't know what the extent of the injury is and what this will look like moving forward, but something to pay attention to, because if he's out for this game week, Jaden Ivey, Alec Burks, all those guys jump up the charts. Alec Burks had 18 and 4 in this. This was a Jamal Murray game because Jokic only had 4 points. He had 16 dimes and 7 boards, only played 24 minutes. But Jamal Murray, 37 and 5, just cooked. 37 and 5 from Jamal. He looks back. He's playing back-to-backs now. He's playing well. MPJ dropped 18, so did KCP. There you go. All right, couple games left. Grizz beat the Suns without Ja Morant. So KD was back, played limited minutes in this game. But they're relatively healthy, you know, and I don't know how you lose this game. It was close down the stretch, and the Grizz just ran away with it in the last 6 minutes. Triple J, 28, 10, and 6. Nurk had 18 and 19, but I just wanted to point this out, man. He had like 3 or 4 opportunities late to like bring this game, tie it up or whatever, and he's just got the touch of like a rock around the rim, just firing it off the glass. And that like killed him a couple of times. But Smart with no Ja went off 25, 8 and 6. Bane had 23, 5 and 5. And then Vince Williams, baby, 19 and 9 off the bench for them. The Grizzlies seem like they have 7 guys now. And again, they got a ways to go to try to like tighten this up, but whatever. Raptors, we already talked about them, right? 133 to 118. But RJ Barrett, baby. RJ Barrett, 37, 6 and 6, went ham against the Warriors. No answer for the Canadian. RJ, big game from him. Siakam, 16, 7 and 6. Jakob Poeltl had 14 and 11. IQ almost with a dub. He had 9 points, 10 dimes, 5 boards. Curry, 0 for 9 from 3. Just finished 9 points. I think he went like, I thought I wrote it down. Like it was something like 3 for 20. I forget what it was. Clay had 25. Moses Moody, 21 off the bench though in 22 minutes. So got to pay attention to Moses Moody. I feel like maybe he gets unleashed here for a couple weeks with no Chris Paul. Sure, big 3 lost to Grizz without Ja. Not good. Suns big 3 lost to Grizz without Ja. Sorry, that's it. Sure. I was like, what? And yeah, right. Yeah, I agree, man. Raptors are a lot more fun right now. I don't know what they do in the next couple of weeks heading into the trade deadline, but I like it. And last game of the night, the Lakers and the Clippers, 106-103. Dude, LeBron, late in the game, man, just had so he gets a board. and I'm sure you've seen the highlight. We threw a short up and just runs right down the lane. Nobody stops ball. Paul George kind of plays defense. LeBron just dunks it on him for an and one. This is actually a big win for the Lakers because I know they like really hate losing to the Clippers. The Lakers have been bad lately. There's bad energy around Darvin Ham. There was a report that came out yesterday that D'Lo, like no one has interest in D'Lo. Color me shocked. Of course, nobody is interested in D'Lo. But D'Lo did play last night. There was only Paul George had 22 and 4. Zubac had a great game. He had 22 and 19. LeBron 25, 8 and 7. AD with a double 22 and 10. And then Taurean Prince and D'Lo were the only other two guys in double figures, and with 13. Oh, wait, hold on. So What Like a Book says, how do the Suns get Terry Rozier? Need him. Dude, if you guys get Terry Rozier, you would have to score like 180 points. Do you throw Bradley Beal? Like, would you rather have Terry Rozier or Bradley Beal right now? I'm picturing that lineup of just like Nurk, KD, and then Beal, Booker, Rozier. And you just like don't play defense, but you try to score 200 points a game. Yeah, Suns are in trouble. That was all of the weekend action, baby. Let's go check out the standings here, see where we're at. 34 to 38 games into the year, depending on the teams, right? Let me blow this up a little bit. Ba-ba. All right, so here we go. Celtics, we got a nice little 3.5 game lead here, 28 and 7. Bucks after dropping. Wait, did I not talk Bucks Rockets? Did I skip that game? Or was that the other night? Did I skip the Bucks Rockets game? Hold on, let me scroll through my notes because that was. Did I not write it down? What happened, Zakarian? The Bucks lost to the Rockets. What night was that? Was that 2 nights ago? How did I not write that down? No, I did. 112. Oh, yeah, I skipped it. My bad, guys. My bad. So on Saturday, Rockets Bucks 112-108. Giannis had 44 and 17. Dame 18 and 8. Dame's been bad, man. Şengün 21 and 11. Jabari a double. But that was a good win for Houston. And I can't believe I missed that. Anyways, here we go. Back to the standings. All right, so yeah, Celtics have a 3.5 game lead over the Bucks. So Bucks 6 and 4 in their last 10. Sixers 5 and 5 in their last 10. And look at the Magic; they're also 5 and 5 in their last 10, but only 2.5 back in the from the Sixers. And we were giving Cleveland shit, right? Like, what do you do at the trade deadline? But look at this 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Honestly, 4 through 8. Only a half game separating them all, right? So you got 21-15 for the Magic, Cavs, and Knicks. Then the Pacers and Heat are both at 20 and 15. Then a massive drop off to the Nets, who are 16 and 21. The Bulls, who are 16 and 21. Raps 15 and 21. Hawks are 14 and 21. And then the Hornets, Wizards, and Pistons have 17 wins combined. So there you go. Stan says Dame doesn't want to be in Milwaukee. Yeah, so the report came out after this game, after that loss to Houston, right, where Giannis is like, everybody's going to play better, including the water guy. I mean, the equipment manager. It's like, all right, chill. Do you think we gave Giannis a pass and everybody was like, dude, I love that he said it's not a failure, you know? I love that it's not a failure. I know it's not a failure. We lost in the first round to an 8 seed. It's not a failure. I understand, like, it's a success. Do you fail at your job when you have a bad day? And then he gets a Disney show and everybody's like, oh my God, this is amazing. This is amazing. And now he's just kind of like, he's mad about the ball. Like, you took my ball. He's mad about the equipment man. Like, I feel like, I don't know what's happening here. I don't know what's happening, but the parallels right now of Giannis and Patrick Mahomes, you know, that's all I'm going to say. Let's go to the Western Conference here. Western Conference, a little bit more interesting, I think. So the Timberwolves still the best team in the West at 25 and 10. Half game behind them are the Denver Nuggets. And then after the Thunder dropped 2 in a row, they dropped to the 3 seed at 23 and 11. They have a 1.5 lead over the Clips, who dropped one last night. They're 22 and 13, followed by the Kangs and the Mavericks, 21-14, 22 and 15. And then the 7 through 10, you go Pels. And the Pels actually are right there. I'm sorry, I didn't realize the same record as the Mavs, same games back as the Kings. So that 5 through 7 is pretty tight. And then the 8, 9, 10, you get the Rockets and Suns, who both 2 games over 500. Then the Lakers 1 game under 500, and then the Warriors 17 and 19. And then the Grizz. So we should point out the Grizz too, who are still like 4.5 out. And then the Spurs have won 5 games this year. Let's look at the Warriors' upcoming schedule here for a second. Wow, a lot of Pat Mahomes hate. Yeah, Giannis seems too invested in b-ball. He needs like a hobby. Yeah, he's some weird weird quotes. That's all I'll say. Kevin says there's some serious backlash happening to our corniest of athletes. Yeah, you hate to see it. I agree. I don't want to see it. I just think there's this little, I don't know. It's hard to really understand just through like a couple of quotes and them losing games. Like clearly he's frustrated. And I think what he was trying to say is like organizationally, everybody needs to do better. I think when you single out the equipment manager, that's a tough scene, you know? All right, let's go. I wanted to look at their upcoming schedule here for the Warriors. All right, so they've got next few games, right? Oh my God, what's going on? All right, here we go. So they're home against New Orleans on Wednesday, then at Chicago, at Milwaukee, at Memphis, at Utah, home for Dallas, Atlanta, Sacramento, the Lakers, and then the Sixers. So yeah, we'll know what they're doing soon. We'll know what they're doing soon. That's for sure. All right, quick. We're going to take a quick underdog ad read break. We're going to check in with some So Rare stuff and then talk maybe just, quick picks for NFL. I saw Jump Shoot ask that question. Today's NBA bit is brought to you by Underdog Fantasy Sports. Whether you're drafting Luka first overall in best ball or fading Wemby blocks in the pick'ems, Underdog is where you'll find Team Hold. Sign up today at underdogfantasy.com or just click the link in the description to get started. And by signing up using promo code HOLD, HOLD, you will get a 100% deposit bonus match up to $100. That's a free honey. So sign up today using promo code HOLD, HOLD, and get started at underdogfantasy.com. Okay, baby, we back. All right, let's do some football picks real quick. So the NFC, we got Green Bay and Dallas. If Dallas was on the road, I think I'd mess around with Green Bay here. And I know Dallas seems to just like beat the hell out of bad teams, lose to good teams. I don't know. I think I'm still taking Dallas here, but I'm excited about Green Bay's future. They got like 45 wide receivers that are good. Eagles and Bucks. Listen, I know the Eagles look like dog poo right now, but and I know they're on the road, but it's Baker Mayfield, They like barely squeaked by the Panthers. The Eagles are winning that game. Rams Detroit is kind of interesting, and I think I would easily pick Detroit in this game because I like Detroit. I've been rooting for them all year. That Laporta injury sucks. And it's really tough. It's really tough here. Wait, Doobie says, Mike, you get the audio from the clips down on point. Nice. There you go, Doobie. I would love to be like, ooh, upset city. And I think the Rams are a legit team. They got a solid defense staff. They got so many stuff, so many different weapons here, but I'm taking the Lions. I'm taking the Lions. In the AFC, man, I am fascinated by this Cleveland game because it is Joe Flacco, right? I mean, you look at the offense, you're like, what's going on? But they have the best defense in the league right now. And Houston, it's their first time here, rookie quarterback. But, man, Houston's fun. I think I'm going to pick Cleveland and root for Houston. I think that's what's going to happen. Kansas City, Miami. I feel like Miami's going to win this game. Although Miami's had so many injuries, maybe not. And then Buffalo should beat Pittsburgh. There you go. Those are my picks for the weekend. All right, I'm going to go over to So Rare. We'll do a quick little review here on how my squads did. Squad goals. All right. What was I looking at on I was looking at SGA because I wanted to buy one, but I'm not gonna. All right, we'll look at my lineups for January 8th to 11th. So my rare that's this upcoming one. My rare contender streak lives on here. I got 2 rewards this game week. So my limited underdog was bad. Hold on. What am I looking for here? Limited contender. I believe this one a tier 4 here. Kyrie dropping 71, Quickly with 38. I thought Quickly was going to have a big game last night, so I was a little disappointed. We had Bradley Beal. Tate was fine. Jovic really disappointed us here. And same thing in rare contender. So this is my 3rd consecutive rare contender win here. We had Kyrie drop 78. Beal 52, IQ with 41, Burks 29, and then Jovic again disappointed. So those are the 2 rewards we're collecting. My first build so far was this rare contender here. We're going to go Alec Burks with 2 games and maybe no Cade, right? IQ with 2 games, Bradley Beal with 2 games, Jalen Duren with 2 games, then Chris Duarte is my value play in there. So that is what my So Rare squads are looking like. And just a reminder, if you haven't subscribed to those channels over there, Go subscribe to Team Hold So Rare. Go subscribe to Team Hold Sports, over 5,000. So we'll do a quick sub check right now. Let's do a quick sub check. Let's see what we got over here. Let me go over to YouTube's. Sorry, I don't have YouTube pulled up yet. All right, so let's go to your channel. We'll view it. All right, here we go. So if we look at our channel, We got, this is the Team Hold YouTube. Look at that with host Mike Zakarian. We are at 11K. I think almost 11,100 over here. Team Hold Sports, we're over 6K. What happened? We get a little boost this morning? What's going on? 6,300, baby, over here. Look at this. 12K views, 5K. That's only 250. That's not good. 9K, 10K. Look at us. We're cooking over here, baby. 2K, 15K for Shingun. So over 6,300 subs over on Team Hold Sports. That one we get to monetize soon. And then speaking of almost monetization, we're at 544 over here on Team Hold So Rare. We get live before locked loaded. So make sure you subscribe to all these channels if you haven't done it yet. We're having fun. We're having fun over there. Julie said, yeah, we got a few minutes. You can ask questions, whatever you want to ask. Yeah, we get to 6. Yeah, we got lucky here. I think what I've been working on, honestly, little peek behind the curtain. I've been messing around with like AI, writing some scripts, and then punching it up with my jokes and my comedy, and then just trying to find some evergreen stuff. Because like on this channel here, we do the live streams and the shorts just like every day. That's what we're doing. And it's hard for the algo to grow with that because we're doing both of them. So we get a lot of shorts views, but maybe the live streams are just like our intimate friends. And that's why we created the So Rare channel. So all the stuff is in the same place and you're seeing organic growth in that one. And then same thing on Team Hold Sports. We're not doing any live streams, no fantasy, no gambling, just all of that, only like evergreen stuff like that. So I don't know. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens with it. I also, like, full disclosure, there were 2 videos that I put a little $50 boost on in the Team Hold Sports, just to see. I just wanted to see what would happen if you did something like that. So that definitely helped, but only on 2 of the videos. So it's good. Julius, all right, says pick 2 for this game week: Shea, Hallie, Giannis, Luka, and Tatum. It's always going to be Luka. And like you got Giannis with no Dame tonight. I think Giannis and Luka. Give us a prop you like tonight. All right, let's build a pick'em here. I almost hit some monster pick'ems this weekend. It honestly was a very frustrating. I had a really good Friday night on Underdog and then a really bad Sunday. Both football, I'd stacked the Lions-Vikings game, which looked awesome until the Cowboys went nuts. All right, let's do a pick'em over here. What can you see? Oh, I can't do college, which sucks. I forgot the college football championship is tonight. Can't do colleges in New York. So let's go to NBA. Chicago and Charlotte, they only have DeRozan and White props. So I think I'm going to stay away from that one. Who wins tonight? I don't know. I'm going to root for Washington. All right, let's stay away from that game. OKC and Washington. I don't really like this environment either. Let's go to Celtics, Indiana. All right, let's go. I'm going to go over on 43.5 points. Oh, wait, Tatum is questionable, though. All right, let's go over 39.5 points, rebounds, and assists for Halliburton. We'll just clock that one in here. Fred VanVleet, I'm going to go over 16.5 points against Miami. And then whatever Bam, let's go over 39.5 points, rebounds, and assists. That's what we're going to do. So Hallie, Fred, and Bam. Let me see if there are any other like things. Those were the stuff that was like sticking out to me early on. I kind of like Lori double-double here. I'm not going to do it, but just there you go. I like the Lori double-double. What is no Sexton numbers? I mean, Noah Clarkson numbers. I kind of like Sexton's overs here. Points, rebounds, and assists. I'm not going to do it, but it's something to look at. Giannis with the triple-doubles. Oh, this actually I kind of like the triple-double here. I'm not going to do it because maybe he doesn't get enough assists. You know what I'll do? I'm going to go. I think Middleton's going to take more shots. We'll do a 4-piece. We'll do a 4-piece here. So Hallie, Fred, Bam, and Middleton. I'm going to put 10 on it to win 100. This is going to be the NBA bit. Oh, come on. Anyways, all right. Oh, God, it's not going to let me do it. Hold on. All right, all right. I'm going to do it after the shows, but I won't be able to share the link. So one more time. Hallie over 39.5 points, rebounds, and assists. Fred VanVleet over 16.5 points. Bam over 39.5 points, rebounds, and assists. And then Middleton over 19.5 points. Look at us. Just freaking overs. Just like a fish. Just overs all day. All right, gang. We're going to call it there. So just a reminder, Team Hold So Rare is back today at 5:30 p.m. for Live Before Lock. I'm going to try to get a Team Hold Sports video out today or tomorrow as well. And then NBA Bit, Monday through Friday, 9 a.m., baby. Get excited. Get locked in. We're back. We're monetized. We love to see it. All right. Have a great day, everybody. We are out.